Right, you're under arrest, so this is what we'll give you then.
The link road runs alongside Cambridge Park, under Blakehall Road, goes under the new Green Man interchange, crosses the central line.
Yeah, look at what the young people of the earth are doing now. All these younger generations there, they've all got your number. You're obstinate. You're already history. No more you need come through.
Good morning, darling, good morning. What smell this smell? I smell something foul over there. And I see a little more mountains right over here digging up the earth again. I need love. I need trees. I need nature. Well, we ain't got much time left, you know. The clock's ticking away. We're all gonna be 6 feet under with that cement if we don't change our minds pretty soon. Yeah, tell 'em. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. See what was common land being fenced in for a road really provoked a feeling of anger and distress amongst the local community, and in some ways a feeling of helplessness as to what you could do against this type of road construction.
We've got sight, please. The fence is up, it's privately owned land. You can leave the property, please. You are now trespassing. Can you leave the property, please? Excuse me, sir, you're trespassing. Can you please leave?
Yeah, okay.
Touch me again.
Can I go with this lady?
There's about 40 protesters in there currently.
There's a school over there, Wanstead High School, and the children are so worried that they won't be able to get to their school safe. And I think it's disgusting what they've let them do with all our countryside. All our countryside is going. All we're having is bloody roads. And look at this. Look at this.
Don't drag me.
That's what the children have done. They've done that. They've got more feelings for the people. And they're going to grow up in this world and it's going to be polluted and it'll stink.
And I then went home with my 2 children because I felt the atmosphere could get a bit nasty when there were quite a few police turned up. I then realised about an hour later my oldest son wasn't around. I came back looking for him and found him pushing down the fences, having been told that he was climbing on the diggers. And I thought I can do one of 2 things. I can take him away, I can get cross with him and tell him off. On the other hand, I could do what I really felt and joined in. So I joined in.
This is the old lady who was pushing Wanstead.
I'm put in mind of the People's Revolt and the people of Wanstead who
originally retook Epping Forest a couple of hundred years ago when it was first enclosed. Things go in cycles, and we're back again. The people of Wanstead and Leytonstone empowered and taking their land back.
Yeah, chestnut, oh, witch hazel. Yeah, can we bring some more information? People are requesting it at the tree.
Of course, underneath this green runs the infamous Central Line, and over the last few days of November '93 there has been this dreadful collapse. The whole system has failed because they want to put millions of pounds into building a road here, yet they're not prepared to renew a few old cables that were put in 50 years ago on the Central Line. So you have a complete system that is failing on one hand, yet you're building more and more roads on the other.
Yeah,
where's the logic? There isn't it.
This road will destroy what was one of the nicer little villages on the eastern edge of London. And it's an appalling mess. It's an appalling shame. And I don't understand why anybody can think that this thing is going to do anything for anybody except big business. And I believe it's being driven by money, basically. It's being driven by money and government stupidity.
We've just come back from an ex parte injunction that we obtained yesterday, where we actually made a tree house into a dwelling in effect, and therefore prevented the DOT from unlawfully evicting them, the people living in it, for this gentleman here. That's the first time in history, as far as we're aware, that a tree house has been deemed a dwelling, and such an action has actually succeeded.
What's it like living in a tree?
Very comfortable actually. We've got a double bed up there and a double hammock and a kitchen, heating. We've got everything up there we need.
We've got a little kitchenette in there, and yeah, it's really lovely. It's lovely waking up in a tree. It's a nice feeling. I can't explain it really. You have to experience it to understand it.
Don't worry about falling out of bed or something.
No,
no way.
Okay, thanks very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Well done.
If I quit now, if I died tomorrow, I could not believe a beautiful wind like that. There was, no, I couldn't. I'm not joking. The people are so decent, the people so committed, the people so deserving of protection. I could not believe it. And it was the guy who wrote, I don't know if you've seen the letter, from Cheshire. This guy wrote a letter to the people in the tree, and they've even got a letterbox in the tree. Right, in a door, front door on the tree, proved it was a dwelling, right? That proved our case that it was a dwelling, it wasn't a joke. And we turned it round from judges thinking it was a joke. And that's the most beautiful thing ever. I tell you, that man who, he's Ian someone or other, I've got it on my papers, but that man deserves a medal.
I'm here to find out what's happening with the court case
inside.
We still don't know the exact news yet. All we know is that we've lost part of it.
The judge granted the department a possession order for all the land that we're entitled to on George Green.
Shame.
And what exactly does that mean, Mr. Tilley?
That means that we're now entitled to go in to carry out works for construction of the link road.
Does it mean the people who live in the tree at the moment will be off that site within a very short space of time?
Yes.
It does. What sort of time scale are you talking about, Mr. Tilley?
I can't say precisely, but the department's anxious to get on with the work as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I bet.
Up here are the obeying orders.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yes. I mean,
could you just say quiet for 1 minute, please?
No, I mean, this is London they're knocking down. I mean, it is our business.
Yeah, I know, but would you mind staying quiet just for 5 minutes?
Well, so that he can come out with all this Department of Transport propaganda. Oh, it's ridiculous. You know, they're just coming to a neighbourhood, throwing everybody out, they're destroying a community, and it's very ironic that yesterday was November the 11th when we're supposed to celebrate what a lot of very brave men and women died for. Well, what did they die for? They didn't die so that whole communities could be erased.
We've just arrived here approximately 10 minutes ago to complete devastation. It appears that whilst 2 people were sitting around the campfire, 4 men were seen approaching from behind the bender in the foreground there. 2 men were seen approaching from the road area. They proceeded to firebomb the bender, which at the time contained 6 people who were lucky to escape with their lives. The people are very demoralized at the moment and very worried in many ways as well. Somebody has resorted to these type of tactics just shows what complete cowards they are.
Hello, is that Kate? Hello, it's Tim here from the M11 campaign, ringing about the phone tree, which I don't know if you know about. We've got you provisionally marked, if you'd be happy, as being a branch on the phone tree. Is that okay? What a branch means you're responsible for your fruit, and yeah, I thought you'd laugh. Your fruit to 3 people, and what will happen is the trunk will ring you, which is you have someone who has your number and several others, and he will give you a ring if there's any urgent situation by the tree.
My husband's family have been here since 1880 in Wanstead, and we felt we had to come to support the people that are trying to save our tree.
4 of us are chained together around the tree using these steel tubes that you can see here, and we're locked together inside the tube, so they can't move us unless they hacksaw through the tube, which is going to take them some hours.
What's been going on? We've just found out that they're moving in. Somebody appears to be trying to block our channel on CV, and Mayhem's about to break the news as soon as we find out. Hello, Chestnut. Hello, Chestnut.
The aim of our actions is to ensure that the majority of us peacefully blockade their actions around the tree. If they remove you, try and go back in again. Yeah, don't force your way, try. Don't run, don't shout abuse, yeah? Some of these people actually agree with us.
There you go. It's safe. The sheet is extremely close to the fan.
Here they come.
They grabbed hold of me, smashed my glasses and stamped on me and then threw me down.
I was peacefully protesting and a policeman turned around and punched me in the mouth.
against women.
That one there, that police officer there, he was kicking away like mad. That one, that is the officer.
This has been one of the most disgusting examples of police state brutality that I've ever seen. And the only hope I have as a result of that is that it will all go well for us. We are going to win this campaign. This road will never be built. And this violence tonight will harden the resolve, certainly of people like myself. And I'm not the only one around here who has been sick to the gut to see these cowards beating people up under the cover of darkness.
Don't do it, officers! Don't do it! Support us! We'll support you if they try to privatise you!
You don't bloody live here, we bloody live here. We gotta have the bloody road, you don't. When you piss off where you bloody came from.
Your children will see it, and they'll leave you. You'll be there in your old age with your empty eyes. You're getting a look at what the young people of the earth are doing now. All these younger generations here, they've all got your number. You're obsolete. You're already history. No more you need come through, because your children are ours. They see what really goes down now.
Oh, you unclean trap! Stop
It's dreadful. I mean, I don't know whether I'm the best person to talk to. I'm not political, I'm just a Wanstead resident.
I think it was an extraordinary historical event. I think only history will really know what this road and this road protest was about. I think it's impossible for us to see it. But I think it served to give enormous encouragement and inspiration to an awful lot of other people.
Each chapter, each page, it's being written by young people who believe simply in what they're doing and the direction that they've got. It's not taking anybody out, it's not accusing anyone of anything. It's just quite frankly saying we realise what the environment is and we're warning you that you're damaging it.
From our